Hello there, and a very, very warm and sunny welcome to this week's YouTube presentation from the France Buying Guide. Well, this week I thought I'd share with you some tips that we've learned since we've been living here in France. Now, life in France may well bring you a lot of joie de vivre, it certainly should do. It's just better to come prepared and to sort of slightly know what you're in for, which is why we're here. The French can be very proud of their heritage. You do feel that very much here, so it's quite a good idea to get informed on that before you actually come here. We've got, of course, our France buying guide here, which is all about living here and buying property here. It'll equip you with all you need to know about ways to learn the language, how to integrate, and all sorts of issues like healthcare, driving, and shopping, and really everything you need to know about living in France. So if you haven't got your copy yet, do try and get hold of one. You can do so here on our website. French people, whether they're living in France or not, are very proud of their own nation's achievements, particularly in the arts and culture. And you soon realise that they have a real pride in their community as well. All the villages and towns here are beautifully kept, not only beautiful but also very clean. And as I say, there's a certain pride in everybody's hearts here, I think. They like to profess their disagreements vociferously on all matters politic, and I'll be doing a little piece on that shortly about the election of Hollande, President Hollande. When it comes to conversation with French people, do try and practice your French. They don't mind at all. In fact, they love it when they hear their language spoken with an English accent. Even if you make mistakes, it doesn't really matter. It's probably a good idea to stick to such subjects as which are dear to their hearts, such as food and wine, French films, art, and things like that. Although it's a cliche, there is always a little bit of truth, I think, in every cliche, and certainly food and wine are very important here. Lunchtime is still sacred, and although the language is an absolute source of pride to them, as I say, do try speaking French. Don't worry about making mistakes. You can do it. Most people here do understand a little bit of English, and in our part of France, near to Spain, a lot of people do speak Spanish as well. There are also some lovely local languages across France, such wherever you happen to be, such as in the Alsace region, Alsatian, as it's called. Down here we have Catalan spoken a little bit, and also Occitan, which is an old language from this area, which old people still actually speak, which is absolutely lovely, the old dialects. We've actually noticed since we've been here that children behave very politely and they're very sociable and they play traditional games as children used to do, we feel, in England. Generally speaking, hand gestures are something that are used a lot here. And an interesting note here, when you have dinner or any sort of meal in France, it's actually polite to keep your hands on the table, not hidden underneath. You can gesticulate all you want. It's just the way they are here. Don't forget that when you address somebody, you should call them vous and not tu. But as soon as they become familiar to you, or you to them, they'll no doubt address you as tu, and at that point you can then start calling them tu. Usually, meeting anybody, it's a handshake, always a handshake, or if you know them better, a kiss on each cheek, sometimes more than two. It's a very kind of touchy-feely language, and that's how they act, and it's lovely. So that's really it from me for this week. I know it's Jubilee weekend coming up, so I hope you're having a wonderful time. I also know the weather's lovely over there. We'll be doing a little piece on how the expats here in France are celebrating Jubilee weekend. Wherever you are, I wish you well. I hope this has been of some help. As always, do actually email me or call our office if you'd like any specific help, have any questions. Please always write to us or call our office. We're always happy to help you. And I wish you a wonderful weekend, a lovely holiday, and speak to you again very soon. Bye bye.